Hey guys, it's your boy HWH, and I'm working on my book number 11, after a long hiatus, Angels vs Demons, How to be Peaceful in This World, The Spiritual Warfare, provisional title. And I want to share with you a story that's been very profound in my life before I got into urine therapy. Years and years before, I've always been, since the darkest days at teenage years of trauma and deep suffering, I guess. A lot of it to blame is not my fault, but also my fault too. Got to take responsibility. Anyway, I've always been one of those extreme individuals, and you probably guys think I am, and a lot of you guys are, extremely... We go deep into trauma and study and all these things. So before I got into yoga, before I got into physical health, I started to learn about I was reading, I guess, online that meditation's good and breath work, being conscious of your breaths. So I used to practice this quite a lot. What I would do is I'd stay still at night time, and I figured out that if I kept my body completely still, my mind would quieten down. I mean completely still, because we all have a tendency to fidget a lot. So that's number one. Keeping the body still for long periods of time, like even 5, 10, 20 minutes, half an hour, the longer, the more still the mind goes, the more the ego wants to move to keep you into a lower consciousness, and the more the mind calms down. So I would keep the body still at night time if I couldn't sleep, and just to practice, and I would be conscious of the breath going in and the breath going out. And I would do this for hours. And I'd move a little bit after 45 minutes, so then keep on, breath in, breath out, being conscious of the breath here and in the lungs. Because we all have a lot of concentration issues. It's weaponized nowadays, especially in the satanic culture, a lack of concentration. So I guess unconsciously what I figured is I start to feel better by keeping my body still and breath in, breath out. Now, whenever you draw conscious attention to something, you control it. Unless you're fully awakened here in the absolute present with no judgment, completely peaceful without story, you're always going to be controlling, even subtle levels to bigger levels, breath, when I ask you, or when you say, think about your breath in and out. But the thing is, I did this so much for so many nights in a row that one night something magical happened, which was a feeling thing. So I was doing the usual, keeping the body still. Also, I was flipping between keeping the body still and flipping between breath in and out, but also feeling my body, feeling a sensation of touch of the body in the bed with my lying prostrate is a great position, like fully back so you can relax. And I was doing in, out, like I said, for hours and nights on end. And on one moment, all of a sudden, I lost control of what was in breath and out breath, but I was still conscious of breath. I got so much momentum that what happened was I lost control of breath. Because guess what? When you don't think about breath and it's unconscious, breath happens by itself. And like I said, the problem is when you think about breath, for 99.9% of us, 99.9% of the time, when we ask you to think of breath, it's good, right? Puts you in the moment, but also you control it. And we all know that God is in deep control. The present moment is the eternal now, where there is no fear. And to access it, one of the only ways to access it is to surrender control to God. And one way to practice that is to surrender control of your breath. I did it so much, the consciousness breath work, that at one point and one night, boom, I surrendered control of breath, and I've lost. It was just for the in and out. I didn't know, I was confused what was in and out. I was conscious of breath, but I wasn't control of breath. And at that moment, when I didn't know, when I was confused what was in and out breath, I felt a chakra, an energy center, move from here to here. It moved up directly from there to there. And I knew something changed in me. I looked in the mirror and I wasn't the same person. I just felt really good. And the whole of the next day I felt really good, really flowy. And what I surmise is, I ended up that night and day, the next day, in a place of harmony, vibing, peace, and not wanting to control people or approval, seek nothing. Because I'd surrendered control of my breath, and my energy, my blockage, if you want to call it, went from up there to there. Yeah, it only lasted a day and a night, but what a reference. And I think if you go to 10-day Vipassana meditation retreats, you'll find similar experiences of getting whacked into the present, doing so much breath control, so much work of where you are in your body, and deep meditations. People that have done deep meditation will understand this. you consciously think about your breath, and you do it so much that when you get to a place of surrendering control, it's being conscious but not controlling things. Because technically, I'm not present to the moment of what I see out here right now. Why? Because I'm seeing with my eyes, but I'm judging what it is. That's a rock. My mind does that automatically through words and language. And why it does that? The mind is controlling your present moment experience. So in your reality, if you're not honestly, if you're not feeling the present moment alive, sometimes or all the time, it's because you're controlling. Actually, you are controlling the environment through language and words, which stops you seeing the aliveness of the moment. And the moment is alive, and you'll find this out. Every moment's alive, and every moment's eternal for you, and you are eternal. You'll experience it when you drop into the present moment by surrendering control to God through breath, through sight, through hearing, not judging anything. And it's a long journey, but we'll all make it. Peace.